Welcome to the Noble Pines for Class I baseball action between the Somersworth Hilltoppers and the Sanborn Indians. I'm Kevin Conley along with Jim Fabiano. And Jim, in the previous meeting, Somersworth came away with a 12-10 victory, but as we were talking about before, Sanborn always plays this team tough.
Very, very tough. I recall the game last year that Sanborn came here, and they beat Somersworth when Somersworth was riding high. But this is a different team today that Somersworth has. They're 10-1, good heavy hitters. Looking at the batting order, they have the heavy hitter is Hodgson, batting about 7 point something, and John Auburn hitting about 425. So they got some heavy hitters, and with a feel, as they call it, the bandbox, we should see some home runs tonight.
They also have Jason Richard on the mound, who has been pretty impressive this season. Only a sophomore. He started the first game of the season, and he's been doing well throughout the season. The previous meeting, they had Greg Chapman pitching, who went all 7 innings, gave up 4 runs in the first inning and 5 runs in the last inning. So he pitched well, excluding the first and last innings. And with Jason Richard on the mound, maybe the offensive support won't have to be quite as high.
No, Jason can be very, very strong. If he's on, he's going to have a strong game. He's a good strikeout artist, and so is Chapman with his big bend. He's got a good real curveball. So if the infield is intact and good pitching, we may see a shot game tonight.
And we'll be back for the start of the ball game right after this.
Come into the newly renovated Kearney Drug Company in downtown Rochester. First in the area with computerized prescription service for fast and reliable dispensing of medication. First in the area with sick room supplies, convalescent aids, and medical oxygen. First in terms of friendly and efficient service. And Kearney Drug has one of the largest selections of greeting cards, gifts for all occasions, and the latest in cosmetics. The pharmacy with more of what you need. Kearney Drug Company, located in downtown Rochester. Call 332-2132.
The lineup for Somersworth: Kevin Strong at short, Brian Croto at second, John Auburn at first, Bernie Hodgson batting fourth, playing third base, Brian Strong behind the plate, Paul Stickles in center field, Jason Richard on the mound, Ted Rowland in right, and Steve Hodgson in left field. The umpires for tonight's game are Denny Callahan and Greg Caggiulari. The first pitch by Richard is outside for ball 1.
Outfield's playing straight away, but shallow.
Chris Heatherton, the batter, starting shortstop, takes ball 2 outside.
Overcast day, a lot of clouds, no lights here. Let's hope we get the game in, Kevin.
Weather permitting, and hopefully we have enough light throughout the whole contest. There's a pitch down the middle, hitting to left center field, converging on it are both fielders, and the catch is made in center by Paul Stickles.
I think the balls will carry, as the sound of that with a lot of low-hanging clouds. It sounded good.
Swing and a miss to even the count at 1-1. The 1-1 pitch from Richard. Called strike 1-2.
He's got a very heavy ball coming in with a thud. His fastball does a lot of moving.
The 1-2 breaking ball breaks outside to even the count at 2-2.
See, in high school ball, I'd like to see him go for the kill. When they get 2 strikes, get him out of there with a fastball.
Fastball outside corner, strike 3.
That's his bread and butter pitch.
Caught Beatty looking for 2 outs in the inning, and Chris Fisher is the batter. Chris Fisher doing the pitching tonight for the Sanborn Indians. He'll be followed by Jeff Fisher, the right fielder. Popped up, out of play.
The I have.
Couple of youngsters get the foul ball. Oh, 0-1 to Fisher. High breaking ball.
Try to put a dip on that one, broke high.
One and one the count. Swing and a miss on the inside corner.
He's blowing them by him now with
Richard
that fastball.
had some pop with that pitch there as he came inside with a hard fastball. The two-strike pitch, swung, hit to left field. Steve Hodgson camps under it, makes the final out of the first inning, and after half an inning of play, Sanborn nothing, Somersworth coming up to bat.
That's the sound of a popular restaurant. Popular because of the food. When you go out to eat, you want food that's fresh and delicious. And at Flanagan's Restaurant at the Tri-City Plaza, you get it. And plenty of it. Plus, Flanagan's gives super service with the most super waitresses. Always friendly and always courteous. For lunch or dinner, it's the best buy for your money. Open 7 days a week. It's everyone's choice for a casual treat. Flanagan's Restaurant, Tri-City Plaza in Somersworth.
To lead off for Somersworth will be Kevin Strong, the shortstop, followed by Brian Croto, the second baseman, and John Auburn, the first baseman.
Kevin hitting a healthy 343. He's got 11 runs scored, 1 double, and 1 home run.
That top part of the order has been very successful for John Cummings.
Yeah, he's got good leadoff out of there, and Ken, he's walked 10 times, 14 base on balls. So he does his job up there.
Strong checks in at 343, Croto 341, John Auburn 425, and Bernie Hodgson at a sparkling 622. They're facing Chris Fisher, the right-handed senior pitcher.
Chris has a deliberate wind-up, a lot of motion.
Hodgson leads the team with 7 doubles, while John Auburn has 21 runs scored. Between those two, they have quite a few of the team leaders. John Auburn also has 4 homers and 4 triples, while Bernie has 27 RBIs and 10 stolen bases.
Also got power there with 2 home runs. John Auburn with 4 home runs, 6 home runs between them.
Kevin Strong stands at the plate, and the first pitch from Fisher. It's hit into left field for a base hit.
In the gap.
Cut off by the left fielder. Kevin Strong takes the first pitch for a single to left. Continues his hot hitting. That brings Brian Croto to the plate.
Let's see how John Cummings is going to play this. Going to play for runs or a lot of runs?
Ground ball gets through into left field. Back-to-back singles. The runners move 1 base at a time, and runners at first and second with nobody out for John Auburn.
And both hits were on the first pitch.
Somersworth wasting little time coming out and hitting Chris Fisher for a pair of hits. That brings up John Auburn. Auburn at 425, 17 hits and 40 at-bats, 21 runs scored, 4 triples and 4 homers. Both of those stats lead the club.
He's a long ball hitter, and he's a threat to hit a home run every time he goes to bat. Good swing. He lifts that ball. He likes that right field fence.
High and outside.
Good hit and run pitch.
The pitch to Auburn. Taking low. Ball 2, 2-1 to John Aubin. Runners at first and second. Nobody out in the bottom half of the first inning. Taken outside for a 3-1 count.
I think if he gets his pitch, he's going to swing at it.
Had it on the inside corner, swung and missed. Brings the count full. Three-two count, nobody out. Swing and a miss on the outside corner, and Aubin goes down on strikes. So with one out, Bernie Hodgson comes up to bat.
Funny inning so far. 2 first pitch balls. They go for singles. And he gets a strikeout with John Aubin.
Hodgson checks in at 6:22, 23 hits in 37 at-bats.
With that, he's got 7 doubles and 1 triple and 2 home runs. Power in his bat.
Fisher asks the catcher to run through the signs again. The delivery swung and fouled off by Hodgson.
Hodgson to Hodgson. That's Mr. Hodgson at coaching at third base. Right now he's counting his fingers.
Pickoff attempt at second, and back in plenty of time is Kevin Strong.
Getting a little darker here because clouds come over.
The 0-1 pitch. Low in the dirt. Runners advance one as the catcher cannot find the ball. Chris Prenovo kept it in front of him but couldn't find where it was, and Kevin Strong and Brian Croto both move up a pace on the wild pitch.
Just like a sacrifice now, man, on second and third. 1 out. And a good hitter.
2 men in scoring position now for Bernie. Ball high and outside. 2-1 now to Hodgson.
Outfield's playing very deep, practically against the fence.
Especially in right field, he's back deep against the fence. If Hodgson does go the opposite way, there's a lot of room beyond second base and first base.
Smallest distance there in this park is right center.
Fouled off out of play by Hodgson. Count is evened up at 2-2.
I would say it's no more than 260, 265 between home plate and right center.
Two-two pitch. Hits the inside corner for strike 3. Hodgson does not like the call.
2 heavy hitters. Well, that'll give Fisher a lot of confidence. Getting a third and fourth batter out of there with men on base.
After surrendering leadoff singles to Strong and Croto, he comes back and fans Aubin and Hodgson. And that brings Brian Strong up to the plate.
The Sanborn team, they don't quit. They're very tough.
Ball low to Brian.
As you mentioned, Kevin, they're 2-6, but I understand they lost 5 of their ball games by 1 run.
They've had some tough luck this season and trying to get over that hump.
Fisher can still fool around with his batter, Brian Strong. First base is vacant.
Comes inside. Ball 3-0 to Brian Strong.
Fisher wanted the last two pitches. They were close. Umpire's giving the dugout a warning. He'll do the umpiring. They'll do the playing.
Nips the corner on the curveball for strike one. 3-1 the count to Brian Strong. Somersworth trying to get on the board first. They have a couple of runners on. 2 outs. Ground ball to short. Played there. The throw to first. In time for the out. And after 1 inning of play, the score remains 0-0.
Creative Bridal and Fashions, now in its new location at 90 Market Square in Somersworth, with a huge showroom filled with positively the best in dress and evening wear, and featuring bridal gowns of distinction, as well as the entire wedding party. Creative Bridal will help select just the right gown for you to make your wedding absolutely memorable. Don't forget that they also have stylish evening wear as well as tuxedos for men. For the look that dazzles, for any occasion, call Marion LePan at their new location, 90 Market Square in Somersworth.
Hits the outside corner for strike one. Big breaking ball. Got Fisher stepping down the third baseline as it broke towards the outside part of the plate.
Broke a mile. Big bend on that one.
Swung and a miss. Strike 3.
He looks loose out there.
Second strikeout of the game. That brings Jamie Bolduc, the left fielder, up to bat.
The 4 batters, he gets 2 Ks.
Mike Dunnigan, the center fielder, stands on deck. Breaking ball misses inside.
Jason keeps him loose.
Mixes up his pitches nicely. He started off Bolduc that time with a breaking ball. Comes with the fastball and Bolduc behind that for strike 1. Hits the corner for strike 2.
Pitch. Good crowd here today. Somersworth always has a good crowd at their ball games, backs them up.
2-strike pitch goes upstairs for ball 2. 2-2 pitch. Swung and a miss for strike 3.
That's 2 for 2. He's on.
Quickly 2 away in the second inning. Mike Dunnigan's the batter.
Ball's coming in very hard and it's moving.
Fires a strike on the outside corner to lead off to Dunnigan. 0-1 the count. Starts the breaking ball on the corner, breaks outside for ball 1. Richard in control so far here in the second inning. Has 3 strikeouts. Outside for ball 2. Outfield is playing straight away for Dunnigan.
Good
On
pitch.
the corner for strike 2.
Jason seems to have real good discipline out there with his pitches.
2-2 pitch.
Oh.
Just misses. Brian Strong tried to buy that strikeout as he headed toward the dugout.
Tell you, it looked good.
And he loses him. First walk of the ball game issued by Richard. Mike Dunnigan's on with 2 outs, bringing up Nate Rahulich.
Well, let's see if these guys are going to run on strong.
Richard goes to first, and back in time is Dunnigan.
Not too good of a move on the first base.
Richard comes to the plate, swung and hit up the middle for a base hit. Gets all the way to the fence. In center field, he gets by Stickles, and it's a double for Nate.
Ball was well hit, well tagged, right in between center and right to the fence.
Runners go to second and third on the double.
Mike moved Mike all the way.
Jamie Peel is the DH. He's DHing for Jim Potty.
Somersworth in a bit of trouble right now. Second and third. 1 out, 2 out.
There you see the double by Rahulich. And now ball hits to deep right field, going back, and he just watches that go over the fence. Ted Rowland in right field drifted back on it, but the 2 out runners at second and third, and Jamie Peel, the DH, delivers a 3-run homer.
Well, I'll tell you, he just took a nice, easy swing on that and went in for a home run, scoring 2 runs ahead of him.
Chris Prenovo, the catcher, is the batter. Fouls that one off.
Well, Sanborn, Coach Hal Dodd picked the right man for DH. Got that power home run over the right field fence.
Curveball misses high for ball 1. Peel batting number 8th in the order, but delivered a 3-run homer there as the DH. Outside for ball 2.
Jason, what he doesn't want to do now is lose his cool. He had good discipline up until that home run.
Cuts the knees for strike 2. 2-2's the count to Prenovo. Strike 3 on the corner. He strikes out Prenovo. He comes back and strikes out the side, but not before. A 3-run homer by Peel puts Sanborn up 3-0 after an inning and a half.
For auto body work at its finest, it's East Coast Autocraft, 76A 6th Street in Dover, utilizing state-of-the-art repair technology. Work is done to manufacturer's specifications, specializing in unibody repair. Large or small, we repair them all. Expert paint mixing is done right on the premises, and the repainting services at East Coast are among the best anywhere. Your finished car will definitely be satisfactory to you. East Coast Autocraft, where broken bodies become new and elegant once again. For any auto body work, please remember East Coast Autocraft, where quality is #1.
Somersworth has a 10-1 record. Sanborn checks in with a 2-6 mark, and now the Hilltoppers have some catching up to do as they are down 3-0 with plenty of time left, only the bottom of the 2nd inning.
Somersworth has that type of a ball team to get a lot of runs.
Breaking ball low for ball 1.
I believe you'll see a few more home runs before this game is over.
Comes inside for ball 2. Stickles has 5 stolen bases. That's good for third best on the Somersworth team. Hodgson leads the team with 10, followed by Brian Croto with 7. The 2-0 pitch is popped to right field. A long run for the right field. He comes on and makes the catch in fair territory. Jeff Fisher made a long run, but finally tracked down the high fly ball by Stickles for 1 out in the bottom of the 2nd inning. Jason Richard, the pitcher, comes up to bat. He checks in with a .281 average.
Good
Takes
pitch.
a breaking ball for strike 1. The 1-1 pitch from Fisher. Hit it to right field.
Ball's gone.
Going deep, and they watch that one as Jason Richard makes up one of the runs as he hits a solo shot to right field, and that's the part, Pete, that Jim, that you said was probably the shallowest of the field.
Yeah, that seems to be a magnet right there in that spot, right center. Was that pitch again by Jason, just waiting for it.
That's his 2nd home run of the season, and he took that 1-1 fastball in the outside corner and drove it almost identical, as you see there, to the place where Peel hit his. And Fisher ran out of room in right field, as Rowland did half an inning earlier. So Somersworth is on the board. They now trail 3-1, and Ted Rowland's the batter. Takes a strike on the outside corner.
I think a heavy day like this afternoon, you're going to see quite a few balls, as I mentioned earlier, go over that fence.
Rowland stands in with a .242 average, 8 hits in 33 at-bats. Pops that one up foul. And a nice catch made there at third by Chris Ratty. He made a long run going towards the dugout. Wasn't quite sure where that dugout was, and falling forward made the catch to retire Rowland. Two outs, nobody on for Steve Hodgson. The high leg kick by Fisher, and Hodgson follows that one back to the screen.
You'll hear a lot about this Hodgson, Steve Hodgson. He's only a sophomore, played varsity ball and basketball. So he'll be another one of those long list of Hodgsons playing sports here at Somersworth.
Takes a ball high. Steve Hodgson batting .280.
He had a notion.
Ball outside, 2-1 the count to Hodgson. Fisher has a high leg kick on the mound. Likes to bring it up straight, hide the ball behind it.
A lot of motion.
Misses on the corner, putting the count in Hodgson's favor at 3-1. Misses low for ball 4.
It's a man on.
A 2-out walk to Hodgson brings up Kevin Strong at the top of the order.
Uh-oh, I feel raindrops.
Strong singled and was stranded at third in the first inning.
Well, what do you think, Kevin? Those pennies from heaven, will they stay up there or drop down?
Well, we might see quite a few of them before the game is over. It's a matter of how hard it does come down, and maybe if we miss them at all, that ball on a nice stop by Chris Prenovo.
Good backhand stop. Doing a nice job back there.
Hodgson on first base.
I would think that he'll be going down. He's got pretty good speed.
Kevin Strong, the batter.
Oh,
Line drive into right field.
terrific.
Fisher going over. Can't make the catch. That gets to the fence. They're waving Hodgson home. Now they hold him.
Oh, good play. He would have been out. Would have been close at the plate.
A strong throw in right field. Jeff Fisher made a diving attempt at the line drive, but it got all the way to the fence. Quickly got up and recovered it, and it's a double for Kevin Strong.
Now, if Hodgson at first base was on the move, I think he would have scored on the pitch. So here we go. Somersworth threatening again.
Runners at second and third and 2 outs for Brian Croto, who singled in the first inning. A conference at the mound now for Sanborn. Wants to make sure that Chris Fisher does not let in any more runs after the solo shot by Jason Richard. Curveball breaks over for strike one. Runners at second and third and 2 outs in the bottom of the second inning. Somersworth trailing 3-1.
Nobody's talking too much about this Kevin Strong at shortstop. But he's batting .425, and he's already got 2 hits. He got a single the first time up and a double. You call quiet and unassuming.
Ground ball to short. Coming up and making the play over to first in time to retire Croto, and once again Chris Fisher gets out of a second and third jam to retire the side, but not before Jason Richard comes up with a solo home run to cut the lead to 3-1.
Welcome to Hardee's Market and Deli, 303 Main Street in Somersworth. Absolutely the most popular place in town for subs and sandwiches. And it's no wonder why. Hardee's has a 2-page menu of choices, and every one of them is a bountiful treat, carefully prepared just for you. Call in or fax your order ahead of time. Hardee's also has the coldest beverages in town, featuring Pepsi at the lowest prices. Buy it by the case, the 6-pack, or by the individual can. Don't forget Hardee's is a full-service market, now with video rentals and Megabucks tickets. Stop by and say hello to Gino and Chris, still the happiest couple around, at Hardee's Market and Deli, 303 Main Street in Somersworth.
Jason Richard to face the top of the order with Chris Heatherton, Chris Ratty, and Chris Fisher. Heatherton flew out to center field to lead the game off. Richard had retired the first 5 he faced, but then got into some trouble with a 2-out walk, followed by a double and a homer. Those are the only 3 runs of the ball game so far in the top of the 3rd inning.
Chris flied out his last time out to center field. Looks like a hitter up there.
Four Ks in the game so far for Richard. Ball outside, 2-0.
Jason was doing well when he was staying ahead of the hitters.
Richard has 36 walks and 29 in 2/3 inning coming into the ball game. Also has 59 Ks, very impressive. Comes down at the knees for strike one. Misses outside, count goes to 3-1.
So what Jason don't want to do is to put that leading man on base, because every time you do that, that's trouble.
The 3-1 pitch, misses high and outside for ball 4. Heatherton draws a leadoff walk, and now Chris Ratty, the third baseman, comes up to bat. He struck out looking in the first inning.
Might see some action now with masterminding, where he bunts and puts that man down at second base. A lot of signals going on by Coach Hal Dodd.
Swing and fouled out of play down the right field line.
Ricocheted off a car. That's what Jason has to do, stay ahead of the hitters. It's going down.
Curveball goes high. 1-1 the count to Chris Ratty. Heatherton on first with nobody out in the top of the third inning. Sanborn leading Somersworth 3-1. The throw to first.
Throw.
Quick move. Alvin applies the tag.
Very good move that time.
Heatherton is back in time. He's off. The throw down. In time.
Good throw. Beautiful throw.
The throw was made down there
Strong.
quickly by Brian Strong, and he got Heatherton heading for second base. A nice tag also applied by Kevin
Beautiful.
Strong.
Bang, bang play.
So there's one out. The leadoff walk is erased.
Conversation
out
going
2-6.
on by the first base umpire. Angileri and the coach, Hal Dodd, having some words. But he was in perfect position to call that play.
Swing and a miss. Count stands at 2-2. Fouled off, and Chris Ratty stays alive with 2 strikes. Count remains at 2-2. Richard trying to hit that outside corner, and Ratty just got a piece of the ball. The high fastball gets Ratty as he goes down on strikes for the second time. That brings up Chris Fisher.
That's 5 strikeouts in 2.5 innings for Jason.
The big curveball taken outside for ball 1.
To call a slow curveball.
Comes with the fastball in the outside corner. 2-0, just outside the corner.
2 men out, base is empty.
Misses outside for ball 3. Richard has issued 2 walks in the ball game. One has come around to score in the second inning. The other was just a race on a strong throw by Brian Strong. Richard comes across with a strike. Count goes to 3-1.
So he's got to do, maintain that control and throw strikes.
Ground ball to short.
Oh.
Played on the short hop. The throw over to first in time
Nice
to retire
play.
the side. So after a leadoff walk is erased by a throw out by Brian Strong, the next two batters go in order, and after 2.5 innings of play, Sanborn leads 3-1.
The whole group here is just great. You feel like you're coming into the family, not just a dealership. You don't have to hassle with them. You know you're getting the best possible deal. And I guess the best thing is the service department afterwards, you know your car's going to be taken care of.
But we had General Motors cars for many years, and we were unhappy with them, so we went to the Chrysler Corporation. And I love my car. Yes, I would definitely recommend Tri-City Dodge to my friends.
I would recommend Tri-City to anybody.
Find out why so many people in the area recommend Tri-City Dodge, honored with the 5-star Quality Service Award from Chrysler. Tri-City Dodge, Route 16 in Somersworth.
John Auburn comes up to the plate. He struck out in the first inning.
He's got Jeff Fisher there in right field, right up against that fence.
Pitch goes outside for ball one. Swing and a miss. He was ahead of that one as he turned early.
Seemed to take his eye right off that ball.
There it goes. High fly to center field.
It's in orbit.
Going back on that one, he just looks up and watches that go into the woods as John Auburn hits his 5th home run of the season and makes the score 3-2 in Sanborn's favor.
When John gets his pitch, he can just put that ball right in orbit, and that ball goes a mile. So he gets the second run in for Somersworth, making the score 3-2.
A pair of solo homers for Somersworth. The second one by Auburn. The first one was by the pitcher Jason Richard, and John Auburn got the fastball a little up in the strike zone, right where he wanted it.
Yeah, you can see it now with John taking that real good left-handed swing, and he's just watching that ball go. He knew it all the way, and he goes into that home run trot.
Mike Dunnigan, the center fielder, just watched that one as it went fairly deep into the woods. Now Bernie Hodgson's the batter.
And he just might duplicate this.
Ground ball to shortstop. The play made there by Heatherton over to first in time.
Good stretch
to retire Hodgson. That brings up Brian Strong, who grounded to short to end the first inning. Strong takes a ball high. Outside for ball 2.
Brian's he's got a lot of power in those arms. He's got a big 4-bagger to his credit.
Inside for ball 3. 3-0 now to Brian Strong.
Has he got the take side?
3-0 pitch. Taken on the inside corner for strike 1.
Down by 1, you got to take one. Need runners.
Hits the corner again for strike 2. Count is now full as Fisher battles back.
Chris needs to get behind the batters, and then before you know it, he's throwing strikes.
Paul Stickles on deck, the 3-2 pitch. Swung and missed by Strong. The third strikeout of the ball game for Fisher. That brings up Paul Stickles. Stickles flew out to right in the second inning. The curveball breaks over for strike one.
Stickles guessing on that. Stickles hitting a healthy 345.
Inside for ball one.
Flied out to the right fielder last time up.
Breaking ball.
A dipsy doodle ball.
Drops in there for strike two. That was the slow curve. It dropped down and just cut the numbers of Stickles. He's down in the count 1 and 2. Curveball misses low that time to even the count at 2 and 2. Two pitch fouled out of play.
Crash.
Count remains at 2 and 2. Breaking ball high. Count goes full now on Paul Stickles.
That ball that he first throws drops about a foot. Oh,
Line into the gap in left center. Goes all the way to the fence and coming around first base, Stickles strips
around going.
He'll have to hold it first.
Lost his footing going around first base. He would have been on second base standing up.
He hit that ball a mile, but
it was a
lost
timeout
his
call
footing
by
coming around
Cummings.
first base, and he has to hold on the single. John Cummings coming out to talk to him.
Want to see if he get hurt. That ball was the hardest hit ball in the afternoon. Like a rope.
Paul Stickles signals that he's all right and he'll stay in the ball game. That brings up the pitcher Jason Richard, who hit a solo homer for the first run of the ball game for Somersworth back in the second inning.
Yeah.
Fouled off at the plate.
Good call. They were right on the ball. Both umpires, umpire and the bases, seeing that it hit his chest. That's what I like to see by umpires, making that quick, firm call.
Stickles on first and 2 outs in the third inning. Swing and a miss by Richard. Went fishing after a fastball low and away.
Chris has got them going on that outside pitch. They're outside of the black of the plate, but they're swinging at it.
Fouled off on the 2-strike pitch.
Got a piece of it.
Count holds at 0-2.
Practically the same spot. Outside. So what do we got? Bottom of the third inning?
The bottom of 3. Sanborn leading 3-2. Swing and a miss for strike 3.
Hey.
And Fisher is out of it, but not before he gives up a solo home run to John Auburn. And after 3 innings of play, Sanborn leads 3-2.
Nard's TV and Appliance Store, 74 High Street in Somersworth, carrying a full line of GE products. And now featuring the well-known and well-respected line of Hotpoint appliances. Now you have your choice of beautiful and the most modern up-to-date appliances at reasonable prices. Nard's is famous for its selection of TVs, all sizes and styles from the most economical to the wide screen, plus the latest in VCR equipment and cameras. And And remember that Nards always services what they sell. Nards TV and Appliance Store now featuring GE and Hotpoint, 74 High Street in Somersworth.
Fisher, Bolduc, and Dunnigan. The first three batters as Fisher fouls that out of play. The Somersworth pitcher, Jason Richard, has yielded 3 runs on 2 hits in the contest.
Good dip. Good curveball. Now we'll feed him the fastball inside.
Fisher down in the count 0-2. Comes with the breaking ball again and strikes out Fisher for the second time.
6 strikeouts so far, Jason.
Richard now has 65 strikeouts on the season. Jamie Bolduc swings and misses. Team in the count at 1-1. Bolduc struck out in the second inning. Low for ball 2. 2-1 to Bolduc.
Another pitch Jason wanted.
Straight across, straight down, and the barricades, foundations, and cement, they're still there.
Swing and a miss as Bolduc was behind that fastball.
Very slow swing.
The count
Good
goes to
fastball.
2-2.
That's what Jason should use on this one. He can't get that bat around.
Comes with the fastball upstairs, and Bolduc swings after it for his second strikeout of the ball game. There's 2 outs in the 4th inning. Both retired by the strikeout, and Mike Dunnigan's the batter. Dunnigan walked and scored in the second inning. First pitch is a ball. Hits the corner for strike 1. 1-1 to count.
Mike started all that inning there, the big inning, with a white base on balls.
Identical to this inning, both Fisher and Bolduc went down on strikes. And then Dunnigan had a 2-out walk, later scored on the 3-run homer by Jamie Peel. 2-1 pitch, high for ball 3.
Yeah, you're right, duplication of that last inning.
Swung and missed.
Pitch.
To bring the count to full at 3-2. Loses him as he comes high and inside, and Mike Dunnigan
There it is, at base on balls.
draws his second walk with 2 outs. Bringing up Nate Rahulich, who doubled. The throw to first.
Good stop by John Auburn.
Almost got away. Auburn had to come off the bag and make the stop. It looked as though they might have had a chance at Bolduc, who was still moving off of first base. Hit it to right field. Going deep, Roller going back on it. Off the fence. The relay throw comes in, and they hold Dunnigan at third base, so identical to the second inning after 2 quick strikeouts. Richards walks Dunnigan, and then Rahulich hits a double, runners in second and third, and 2 outs for Jamie Peel.
Batters seem to like that right center field fence there, just like the old New York Polo Grounds. The shot loft. And look who's coming up.
Peel was in the identical situation back in the second inning. He hit a fastball by Richard into the right center field trees. Richards working from the windup. Breaks a big curveball over for strike one.
Pushed him back on that one.
The curveball breaks in for strike two. He's staying away from that fastball after Peel hit that one.
Yeah, that's you call stepping in the bucket and wait for that pitch.
See if he works a fastball outside, or he comes with the breaking ball and strikes Peel out to retire the side. So Richard gets out of a mini jam after a 2-out walk and a double. They strand runners to second and third after 3.5 innings. Sanborn leads 3-2.
Your professional dry cleaning center, Great Falls Cleaners, Somersworth Plaza. The right choice for cleaning at its best. And here are some of the reasons why. Pressing, hand ironing, and steam ironing of suits. And just as importantly, your clothing items are done on time every time. It's your full-service cleaners that care about you and your clothes. And introducing Great Falls Sports, located in the same building, with sports shirts for many of the major league teams, as well as banners and window insignias, and hats to go with every sport. Plus a full line of trophies, all at Great Falls Sports. Come in or call.
Well, I started on pot about a year ago, but crack really messed me up bad, and I started on that like a month ago. And you know, I just wanted to see what it would, you know, be like. I said, nah, never to me, you know. I can handle it. We tried some, and like a month later, I couldn't live without it. I mean, I didn't think one time was gonna hurt me. I'm sorry what I put my family through. I never thought this could happen.
Ted Rowland to lead off the bottom of the fourth for Somersworth. He popped up in foul territory to the third baseman back in the second inning. He'll be followed by Steve Hodgson, and then the top of the order with Kevin Strong.
Give me the standings of the Class I As of May the 6th, we have Lebanon with 8-0 record standing in first place. Laconia with 7-1, Somersworth 9-1, and Goffstown 8-2. So there's your first four. They're all bunched up.
Somersworth's only loss, of course, coming to Laconia. They lost to them 5-0.
And that was here at Somersworth, which was a big surprise.
They have themselves in a tight ball game right now as they trail 3-2 in the bottom of the fourth inning to the 2-6 Sanborn Indians. Ted Rowland stands in, and the breaking ball by Fisher breaks over for strike one. Pitch misses high and outside for ball one. Count is even at 1-1. Line shot into right field.
Beautiful hit.
Ted Rowland is on with a leadoff single in the fourth inning.
Scorching line drive to right field. A lot of, should we say, wood on the bat or aluminum on the bat?
A lot of metal on the bat on that base hit by Rowland, and that brings up Steve Hodgson, who walked and was stranded in the second inning.
There you see Rowland now just waiting for that pitch, and he takes a vicious swing right by the first baseman. That was a rope to right field. If that ball went by the right field, it would have been at least a double.
Trying to sacrifice, Steve Hodgson squares around and bunts it foul. John Cummings trying to work a run around here in the fourth inning. His club trailing 3-2. He has the top of the order up next, and Kevin Strong has been right on the ball. He's hit a single and a double so far in the ball game. Third baseman playing it on the grass, anticipating the sacrifice bunt.
Pitch out, more or less, half and half.
Count goes to 1-1. Squares around, the bunt is down, right to the pitcher. No one covered second, they have to go to first.
Could have made a big turn on second base with nobody there.
And Steve Hodgson is retired on the sacrifice bunt, 1-3. That moves Rowland up to second base in scoring position for Kevin Strong, the shortstop, who's 2 for 2 with a single and a double.
Here's a man you want to see up at bat. Consistent hitter. He's got 9 ribbies in there.
Hits it deep to center field. Going back on to center field. He's not going to get to that one as that gets all the way to the bottom of the fence. They hold Rowland at third. Rowland was going back to tag on the play.
Well, I would think in a hit like that, he would have been standing on home plate.
It's a double for Strong, but Rowland only moves up to third base.
Boy, this kid's strong. He's a good hitter. That's a second double with a single in between. Well, he led off with a single. The last 2 times up, he had 2 base hits. But that man should have scored, Kevin.
That's Strong's 5th double of the season, and now the head coach of Sanborn is out to talk to Chris Fisher.
Got another big threat now by the toppers. Only 1 out, second and third, trailing by 1 run. He may make a change.
Looks as though they're bringing in
right fielder.
The left fielder.
Left fielder.
That is Jamie Bolduck, who was originally scheduled to start, but a last-minute change put Chris Fisher in as the pitcher. So now Chris Fisher goes out to left, and Jamie Bolduck comes in to pitch. Runners at second and third, and 1 out Somersworth had runners at second and third in the first inning, but stranded them both there. They also had runners at second and third in the second inning and did not get either one of them across. So they're trying to improve on that. As
Seems to
JB
be
Bolden.
getting darker each minute with each pitch. Got Ted Rowland up there, 21. Oh, we got Brian Croto. He's about due. He got a hit the first time up.
Brian Croto had a sharp single to left field in the first inning, grounded out to short in the second. Looking to pick up a couple of runners as Kevin Strong stands on second base.
Yeah, this
Ted
is
Rowland on third.
This is the fella that we were watching out there in left field throwing sidearm from left field. Now he's pitching sidearm. Comes right from third base.
Brian Croto is at 341 on the year coming into this ball game. Has 4 doubles and 11 RBIs. That's good for 4th on the team. A chance to pick up a couple more.
We have Greg Cagliari, the umpire, going out there and making sure and telling the pitcher what the situation is. Man on second and third, only one out.
Come on, Croto!
Brian Croto stands in. The sidearm pitch is hit. Bloop to second base. Handled there by Nate Rahulich for the second out of the inning. And John Auburn's the batter, as both the center fielder and right fielder move back deep to the fence.
Come on, John!
John Auburn struck out in the first inning and hit a solo homer.
Oh, yeah.
In the third as he swung hard for that low fastball. Fouls that one off.
Well, there you are, new pitcher coming in, and the first 3 pitches they swing at. They're over anxious up at that plate.
Jamie Bolduc hitting the count 0-2 to John Auburn. The 0-2 pitch hit high to left center field. The runner's coming around. Fisher out in left field makes the catch to retire the side, and once again Somersworth strands runners at second and third as they now trail after 4 innings of play, 3-2.
When you want great food in a relaxing atmosphere, you want Cardinal's Seafood and Steakhouse. Yes, Cardinal's, serving fresh lobster, mouth-watering prime rib, roasted chicken, and so much more. Cardinal's has been serving delicious meals for over 50 years. If you'd like to help yourself, Cardinal's has a generous food festival buffet, complete with fresh vegetables, ham, roast beef, and more. Cardinal's has based their reputation on freshness and quality. Come and experience a meal at Cardinal's today. Cardinal's Seafood and Steakhouse, exit 15 on the Spalding Turnpike, Route 11, Rochester.
Jason Richard to face 9, 1-2 in the batting order. Chris Prenovo, Chris Heatherton, and Chris Ratty.
With that sound up there, you'd think we were at New York at Mets Shea Stadium with all those planes flying around. They call a low ionosphere.
Chris Prenovo struck out looking in the second inning. One of 8 strikeout victims of Jason Richard. Fastball cuts the knees for strike 1. The big breaking ball is high for ball 1. High and outside. 2-1 now, the count to Chris Prenovo.
Jason's got to learn when he gets ahead of that batter like that. Then he fools around with his little curveball and can't get back in stride again. That's it. he has one strike, go after the second and third one. Blow him out.
This is low and outside. Behind in the count now to Prenovo at 3-1. Hits the outside corner for strike 2.
Come right down the middle with a fastball.
Outside, and Prenovo draws a leadoff walk.
So he fooled around with that little dipsy doodle. Then he couldn't get back over the plate. I believe a good fastball pitcher can push him by 8 out of 10 high school ball players. With a good fastball.
Throw to first. Prenovo's back in time.
Looks like he may be putting that squeeze on. At least Jason is looking for it.
Chris Heatherton stands up 0 for 1 with a walk. Takes a ball inside. The throw down to first base by Strong. Not in time.
Jason digging himself a hole now.
Richard stayed ahead of the batters in the first couple of innings, but now falling behind.
Ahead.
Down to the count 2-0.
To be effective, you got to stay ahead of these kids, batters. Well, you know he's going to take this pitch, put it right down the bucket. Right down the tube.
The throw over to first.
Come on, Jason, concentrate on the batter.
Forces Prenovo back.
That run on first base having some effect on Jason.
Comes to the plate, swing and miss. Puts the count to 2-1.
What he's got to do, concentrate on that batter, get the outs.
Goes over to first again. Heatherton walked in the third inning, was thrown out on a strong throw by Brian Strong down to Kevin Strong. And now he's ahead of the count 3-1.
Coach is telling him, forget that man on first base, concentrate on the batter.
Outside for ball 4, so a pair of walks, Pitts runners at first and second.
Digging himself a hole. For some reason, he let that runner on first base take control.
Chris Ratty's the batter. He struck out looking in the first inning and struck out swinging in the third.
This is where you have to be aware of that sacrifice, the bunt.
Nobody out here in the fifth. 3-2 score, Sanborn leading Somersworth. I'm Kevin Connolly along with Jim Fabiano. Richards comes across with a fastball for strike 1.
Let's see if he puts the squeeze on.
With no outs, he might elect to sacrifice the runners ahead.
Oh.
Ratty takes a curveball for strike 2. 0-2 now to Chris Ratty. Two-strike pitch, misses outside.
Patty, last 2 times up, he struck out. This is where Jason wants the big K.
Hits the outside corner for strike 3, and Chris Ratty is disappointed with that call. But he goes down for the 3rd time on strikes, and that brings up Chris Fisher. Chris Fisher, the starting pitcher, now moved to left field. Flew out to left in the 1st and grounded to short in the 3rd. Takes a big curveball that backed Fisher out, but just missed the inside corner.
He had Chris Fisher off balance on that pitch.
Fastball high, 2-0.
Jason's got to learn to stay ahead of batters.
Swing and a miss as Fisher was bailing out and never caught up to that fastball. Line drive up the middle.
There it is.
Coming on to center field and the throw home. Auburn cuts it off. Relay home.
Oh, good play by Auburn. All the way around from the center fielder, the first baseman, cut-off man, and a perfect throw to the plate to get him coming home.
A big, big play by Somersworth as Paul Stickles got the line drive and quickly came up throw, and a quick wheel by Auburn on the relay, and Brian Strug blocking the plate applies the tag on Chris Prenovo. Okay, you see on the replay.
Outstanding.
Guess we won't see a replay.
There's that great strike.
Jeff Fisher's the batter, the right fielder. He struck out twice.
Oh, had him
The
moving.
throw to first, almost a balk as Jason Richard turned around, and Auburn was moving off the bag, but he had to make the throw over, so he made a soft throw.
That's unusual on that play there with a man on second base. You try to pick the man off first base.
Runners at first and second with 2 outs. On the outside corner for strike 1. Breaking ball high for ball 1. Swing and a miss on a high fastball. Jason Richard ahead of the count now, 1-2.
He's got Fisher on strikeouts first 2 times up at bat. And I think he got him on 2 fastballs.
The runner on second takes off inside, breaking ball, the throw.
Oh, yeah.
Goes into left field. That'll bring 1 runner home. That puts Sanborn up.
Well, you talk about mental mistakes.
4-2.
You got two strikes in the batter, and he throws a little flippy, I don't know what kind of a pitch it was. Looked like a knuckleball. And they made a play at third base, overthrew the bag, and there's a run scored. Big run.
A stolen base and an error.
That's what you call giving runs away.
With 2 strikes on Fisher. Jeff Fisher, Chris Fisher stays on second.
It is. That's what he should have
Jason
done
Richard
last
bears
pitch.
down and strikes out Jeff Fisher for the 3rd time, but 1 run comes across, and Sanborn now leads 4-2 after 4.5.
Welcome to Hardee's Market and Deli, 303 Main Street in Somersworth. Absolutely the most popular place in town for subs and sandwiches. And it's no wonder why. Hardee's has a 2-page menu of choices, and every one of them is a bountiful treat, carefully prepared just for you. Call in or fax your order ahead of time. Hardee's also has the coldest beverages in town, featuring Pepsi at the lowest prices. Buy it by the case, the 6-pack, or by the individual can. Don't forget Hardee's is a full-service market. now with video rentals and Megabucks tickets. Stop by and say hello to Gino and Chris, still the happiest couple around, at Hardy's Market in Delhi, 303 Main Street in Somersworth.
Bernie Hodgson struck out in the first inning, grounded out to short in the third inning. He leads off at the bottom of the fifth for Somersworth. His Toppers trailing 4-2, looking for a comeback.
Come on, Bernie.
Only 3 plate appearances left for the Somersworth Hilltoppers.
The Sanborn Indians seem to be getting a lot of confidence out there, leading by 2.
Jamie Bolduc, the pitcher in relief of Chris Fisher. He came in last inning and retired outs to Crotto and Auburn with runners at second and third to end a rally. Hodgson takes a sidearm fastball low.
Got to get men on base.
Swing and a miss. Count goes to 1-1.
4 bases on that swing. Went for the fences.
Fouls it off. Count 1-2 to Bernie Hodgson. Takes outside. Count even up at 2-2.
Come on, Bern.
Bernie's got to have good discipline up there. Swinging a good pitch.
Fouls off, an outside fastball.
Hanging in there.
Bolduc comes inside and Hodgson fouls it off once again.
Bolduc very deceiving out there. Very strange windup coming sidearm.
Ball 3 inside, and Hodgson works Bolduc to a full count. Ground ball to short. Can't be handled there as it goes off the foot, and Hodgson's on first base.
Well, that's encouraging, getting that first man on base. Nobody up.
So Somersworth has a leadoff runner here in the fifth. For Brian Strong, the catcher. Strong grounded to short in the first inning and struck out in the third.
Brian Strong got 1 home run. He gets another one. It'll be 1 ahead of his brother.
Inside for ball 1.
These kids need up there now. A little discipline on looking at good pitches coming over that plate.
Hodgson's off.
Good hit and run.
Hit and run, and it works. As Hodgson moves on to second base. Ball was hit into left field, so Hodgson had to hold at second, and Brian Strong is on with a single.
Good time hit and run play. Hodgson, he was on the way, on the pitch, he was on the run, and right in between shortstop. You got something going now.
First and second, nobody out for Paul Stickles. Stickles flew out to right field in the second and had a long single in the third as he tripped coming around first base. Looked like he had assured doubles. It went to the fence in left center. He takes ball 1 high. line to center
right
field.
out.
Center fielder gets over his head.
Judged it.
Bounces to the fence. They wave Hodgson around. Coming on to third. Just in time as the ball squirts away.
Big play there. That was a good relay from the second baseman right to the third baseman. A little low, went off his glove, and then sliding. They had a little injury there at third base. Chris Batty limping at third.
Nate Rahulich got it off the leg. It looked like coming around. Brian Strong shielded the ball, and Rahulich took it off the leg.
Here's that rope again, right to center field. The center fielder misjudged it. Came in a few steps, went right over his head to the fence. One run scores. Ben Moot.
Jason Richard back to live action, hits it deep to right field, and that is out of here for the second home run of the ball game for Jason Richard. This time a 3-run homer, and Somersworth jumps on top for the first time in the ball game.
They came alive on that one.
Richard took the first pitch and hit it deep to right field. 4 runs across in this inning so far, and Somersworth has a 6-4 lead. Third home run of the season for Richard. Once again, using that right field fence. Hit that one
like a magnet out there. Isn't that all the balls going out there?
Paul Stickles and Brian Strong score ahead of Richard. And Ted Rowland comes up to bat. Grounded foul down the first baseline.
Well, that shook up the fans here and the players. A lot of enthusiasm now on the Toppers bench.
Still nobody out here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Ted Rowland up to bat, Steve Hodgson on deck. Rowland fouls that one back to the screen.
That was his pitch. He wanted that one. Who's that warming up there?
Sanborn does have some action in the bullpen. Number 1, Aaron Alberts is loosening up. Rowland hangs off the high fastball. Count goes to 3-1. Inside for ball 4. So Somersworth keeps it going in the 5th.
Still nobody out. Coach calls timeout for Sanborn.
We'll see if he'll make a move.
Hal Dodd going out to the mound.
He's talking to Jamie Baldock, who's in relief of Jeff Fisher. Chris Fisher, actually, was the starting pitcher. Nobody out in the 5th. Bernie Hodgson let it off with a single off the foot of the shortstop. He moved up to second on a hit and run as Brian Strong singled. And then a double by Paul Stickles knocked home Hodgson, followed quickly by Jason Richard 3-run homer.
You may see some advancement. See a bunt.
The throw over to first, rolling back in time.
Last time up, Steve Hodgson sacrificed.
Hodgson walked in the 2nd inning and had a sacrifice bunt in the 4th. Swings and fouls it off for strike 1. He squares around for the bunt, pushes it down the first baseline. No one covering the bag. The second baseman gets over there just in time.
He's got coming up limping.
A nice bunt by Steve Hodgson, pushed it down the first baseline, made the first baseman come over and field it. But getting there just in time was Nate Rahulich.
Chris Hitherton coming over, and it looks like he was stepped on his ankle. He's limping there at second base. Can't get this Ken Strong out. He's got 3 hits, 3 times up at bat, a single and 2 doubles.
Steve Hodgson works another sacrifice bunt. One out here in the 5th. Ted Rowland on second base. 4 runners already across for Somersworth.
Ken looking over the coach at Hodgson.
Swing and a miss by
Kevin. Just get that base hit and get that runner in. That's the signal he's giving him.
Comes inside for ball 2.
Side on pitch.
Fouled off to the screen. Kevin Strong has a single and a pair of doubles.
Yeah, Ted should be getting a big lead out there. No one's paying any attention to him. He should get, well, there's a little play now. Should get way off that bag.
Curveball just misses inside.
It's close.
The count is full now at 3-2. Gets the pitch inside, pops it up to short. Underneath it is Chris Heatherton, and he makes the catch for out number 2.
First time they get him out.
Kevin Strong now 3 for 4 in the ball game, and that brings up Brian Croto, who's 1 for 3. Had a single in the first, grounded out in the second, and had a soft bloop to second base in the 4th.
Dangerous batter up there.
Has a runner on second with 2 outs, a chance for an RBI as he takes strike 1. Ball is high and outside. Count even at 1-1. Ted Rowland on second.
Right.
Hits the inside corner for strike 2.
Jeff Fisher out right field, almost leaning up against that fence. Fielders are playing deep.
Bolduc misses high.
Nice, Croto.
Comes inside, the count goes full now, 3-2 to Brian Croto. Popped up towards the first base dugout, coming over is the first baseman. Can't make the play as he overran it slightly. Was headed towards the dirt mound you just see in your picture, but it fell beyond that.
Take a little mound of dirt there right by the dugout that seems to be in fair territory. What they should have done is move that or put it in the out of play.
So Brian Croto hangs alive.
Could be dangerous. That's
ball hit to right center field.
Going.
Coming on is the right fielder. He makes the catch near the fence to retire the side, but not before Somersworth comes up with 4 runs on 4 hits, and they leave one as they now lead after 5 innings of play, 6-4.
Creative Bridal and Fashions, now in its new location at 90 Market Square in Somersworth, with a huge showroom filled with positively the best in dress and evening wear, and featuring bridal gowns of distinction, as well as the entire wedding party. Creative Bridal will help select just the right gown for you to make your wedding absolutely memorable. Don't forget that they also have stylish evening wear as well as tuxedos for men. For the look that dazzles, for any occasion, call Marion LePan at their new location, 90 Market Square in Somersworth.
Jason Richard finally has a lead to work with in the ball game. Somersworth Hilltop is leading for the first time 6-4. And a lot of that is due to Jason Richard himself, who has 2 homers and 4 RBIs. Here in the top of the 6th inning, he will face Jamie Bolduc, Mike Dunnigan, and Nate Rahulich. Jamie Bolduc has struck out twice. Ten strikeouts in the ball game for Jason Richard. Bolduc swings and misses.
I like to see Jason do. Blow that right across the plate. They can't catch up with the fastball.
Big breaking ball.
He's got to
weighted on nicely by Bolduc. Hit into left field.
They seem to be waiting for that pitch.
That brings up Mike Dunnigan, who has a pair of walks.
Used to be a pitcher years ago. You probably weren't even playing that. Name of Dizzy Dean. His thinking was, if I get 2 strikes, no, I'm not going to fool around with him. I'm going to blow him out with a fastball. He didn't waste any pitches. And this Dizzy Dean is a Hall of Famer.
That's right. Mike Dunnigan swings and misses at the first pitch. The throw to first, and they have him picked off. They run it down to second.
No. Oh, you could see it coming.
The ball goes into left field. Auburn looked as though he may have held onto the ball a little too long. I'm not sure if maybe...
I think he was, I think Kent Strong was a little slow going over the bag because they had Brian Croto and Strong going over to the bag, and that's when John held up John Auburn. That was Strong's play to get over that bag.
Kevin Strong was a little late getting to the bag as Auburn was running him that way, and it goes as an error, the second error in the ball game for Somersworth. Richard hits the outside corner for strike 2.
Now come with that fast one, Jason. Don't fool around. Come with it. Get the heat.
High and outside. Count goes to 1-2. Pickoff attempt at second. Not in time. Kevin Strong snuck in from behind, but Jamie Bolduc was back in time.
Jason ahead of the batter. There it is. That's
swung and missed on for strike 3.
That's his pitch.
Strikeout number 11 for Jason Richard. That brings up Nate Rahulich. Rahulich has a pair of doubles in the ball game. Takes a breaking ball high.
There's not too many high school pitchers are going to hit that fastball with a lot of heat. Yes, you'll get a couple, but you'll push them by at least 8 of them, or 7 of them.
Outside for ball 2. This is outside again. The count goes to 3-0.
Jason a little inconsistent out there with throwing strikes and throwing balls. He's got to get that control.
He was ahead of Dunnigan, but now falls behind Rahulich. Richard wants a new ball.
For a sophomore, Jason's got a tremendous amount of poise out there, and he'll gain a tremendous amount of experience, especially the next 2 years, junior and senior year. He's swept there for a walk. He's just standing there.
Count goes to 3-1.
Nate just wants a base on balls.
Swung and missed. Richards battles back and brings the count full.
That's what Jason needs. Blow him out of there.
The 3-2 pitch.
Oh,
Cuts
right
the
down
knees
the
for strike
tube.
3. So
They
Richard
can't hit
battles
that
back
fastball.
after being down 3-0. Has a pair of strikeouts this inning. As Jamie Peel, the DH, comes up to bat.
Remember, this fella hit a home run there his first time up.
Breaking ball
Oh.
goes into left field, but the runner at second has to hold. It goes as a single for Peel. Runners at first and second and 2 outs now for Chris Prenovo.
We had Bolduc held up on that play, standing second base. There's no advancement on that play.
Fouled off by Prenovo. Swung and missed. Richard gets ahead of Prenovo 0-2, and that's what we were just talking about, Jim, how he gets ahead of one hitter and then falls behind another 3-0.
And they're also waiting for that fastball, and they can't hit it. They know what's coming. They can't get that bat around.
Comes with a
There
fastball,
it is, right
hits
down
the
there.
corner for strike
That's
3, and Richard once again strikes out the side. He yields a pair of hits, but they are stranded, and after 5.5 innings of play, Somersworth still leads 6-4.
This is drugs. This is your brain on drugs. Any questions?
Hal Dodd upset with his Sanborn Indians in the last inning for not getting across a couple of runs.
You're
And
putting
runners
it
at first and
mildly by
second.
saying upset. He was really going through a tantrum there.
He kicked a couple of helmets.
That's the first time I've seen anything like that with a coach on these kids. He blew his stack. But that's when coaches want to win.
For Somersworth, John Auburn, the first baseman to lead it off. He's 1 for 3 with a home run. Bernie Hodgson and Brian Strong will follow him in order. Jamie Bolduc on in relief of Chris Fisher. Fisher went 3 1/3 innings before yielding to Bolduc, who retired a pair of outs in the fourth to stop a second and third one-out rally by Somersworth, but then they got on Bolduc for 4 runs in the fifth.
Yeah, they had 7 men come to the plate on that last inning, Somersworth did, scoring 4 runs.
Auburn fouls that off.
He's got his eye on that right field perch there.
They are playing him awfully deep, the right fielder hugging the fence along with the center fielder. Both shaded towards right as Auburn swings and misses down in the count 0-2.
What, John?
I think Bolduc, with that little side arm's got John off balance. Staring at one another.
Auburn calls time.
Come on, John.
Comes inside and misses. Count goes to 1-2.
John had quite a career here in his high school days. He's a senior, graduates.
Got caught looking as the ball came across the inside corner, and Auburn goes down on strikes.
John excelled in 3 sports, football, basketball, and baseball. He sat out the season there in basketball with the exception of the last 2 games, which they missed his abilities, his good playing days. But he and Hodgson the last 3 years were sensational, giving the fans a lot of entertainment.
Hodgson stands in 1 for 3, hits a little pop-up to short. Heatherton makes the catch for out number 2. Quickly 2 away in the top of the 6th inning, bottom of the 6th inning rather, for Brian Strong, who's 1 for 3. He singled and scored in the 5th inning.
Brian batting .343.
Ground ball to short. Heatherton stays with the high hop. Throw to first.
Good play by the first
Hardy
baseman.
makes the scoop at first to retire the side quickly. 3 up and 3 down, and we go into the top of the 7th with Somersworth leading 6-4.
Your professional dry cleaning center, Great Falls Cleaners, Somersworth Plaza. The right choice for cleaning at its best. And here are some of the reasons why. Pressing, hand ironing, and steam ironing of suits. And just as importantly, your clothing items are done on time every time. It's your full-service cleaners that care about you and your clothes. And introducing Great Falls Sports, located in the same building, with sports shirts for many of the Major League teams, as well as banners and window insignias, and hats to go with every sport. Plus a full line of trophies, all at Great Falls Sports. Come in or call.
Somersworth trying to hold on to a 6-4 victory as they're in the top of the 7th inning. Jason Richard will face the top of the order with Chris Heatherton, Chris Ratty, and Chris Fisher. Heatherton flew out to center in the 1st, walked and was thrown out stealing in the 3rd, and walked and scored in the 5th. Officially 0 for 1 in the ball game. Jason Richard trying to get a complete game victory.
As we were saying, that Jason's thinking should be is let me get that first batter. Let me blow him out. That first batter is so important.
He misses outside for ball 1.
A little chilly out here. Was it May the 8th or is it January the 8th?
Ball is fouled out of play.
Chris Heatherton, the last 2 times he walked.
Swung and missed. Richard ahead in the count, 1 and 2.
Blow it by him. I wonder if Jason calls his own game out there, his own pitches, or is Ken doing it?
Brian Strong looks like he signals the pitches, and
there you are. He's
the
got
ground
that
ball to
first
short.
one.
Kevin Strong comes up, throw to first. Strong throw retires
big
Heatherton
out.
6-3. As I was saying, looks like Brian Strong signals them in, and Jason Richard lets him know if he wants it or to change. 1 away in the 7th inning for Chris Ratty, who was struck out 3 times.
Wow. You know what Jason should do with this fella? 3 pitches.
Fastball outside. Once again, Richard wants a new ball.
He wants to concentrate on keeping the runners off the base paths. There you are.
Fouled off for strike 1. 1-1 the count now to Chris Ratty.
Jason looks loose out there.
Only had 1 really troubled inning when, after striking out a pair of batters in the 2nd, yielded a walk, a double, then a 3-run homer as Ratty fouls that out of play.
That's my car. I think it is. Let's see.
Fouled out of play, and it looked as though it hit one car. Jim claims it's his. Two-strike pitch. Fouled off on the big breaking ball.
Yeah, I think he was waiting for that dipsy doodle.
Looks like Jason has a favorite ball of his.
Yeah, he likes those stitches.
Keeps getting back to that one. The two-strike pitch by Richard. Swung and missed for strike 3.
Blow him out, Jason. Blow him out.
Chris Ratty has struck out 4 times now. All 4 times he's been up, and 14 strikeouts in the game for Jason Richard. With 2 outs in the 7th, Chris Fisher's the batter. He's 1 for 3, singled in the 5th. Flew out to left and grounded out his previous 2 times at bat. Starts the breaking ball out high.
I think that Denny Callahan was fooled on that pitch.
Fouled out of play, count goes to 1-1. Richard looking strong now in the latter innings, struck out the side in the 6th, struck out the side in the 4th and the 2nd as well. The 1-1 pitch inside for ball 2.
Keep him loose. Both umpires are doing one heck of a job. Denny Callahan behind the plate and Greg Cagliari and on the bases. They had a couple of close plays.
Richard gets the ball he wants once again. Down in the count, 2-1 to Chris Fisher. Outside for ball 3.
You'd think he'd want the dark ball out there instead of the white one. The dirty one.
High and outside for ball 4. So a 2-0 walk to Chris Fisher brings up Jeff Fisher, who has struck out 3 times. The 6th walk in the ball game issued by Jason Richard. Tying run now comes to the plate with Somersworth leading 6-4. Fastball outside, throw down to first, not in time, is quickly back as Chris Fisher.
Just got to forget about that man on first base. You get 2 out, winning by 2 runs, get the batter, get him out of there.
Fastball high, swung and missed by Jeff Fisher. 2 strikes.
Be careful.
Jason Richard ahead in the count, 0-2, looking to end the game with a strikeout.
The big heat up. Big, strong, fast one.
Swung and missed for strike 3.
Good pitching.
And that ends the ball game as Jeff Fisher strikes out for the 4th time. And Somersworth has a 6-4 victory. They improved to 11-1 on the season. And Jim, they trailed most of the game, but it seemed as though they straightened a couple runs. In the first inning, they had runners at 2nd and 3rd, could not bring them across. Again, in the 2nd and the 4th innings, they had runners at 2nd and 3rd and could not come across with any runs. But then in the 5th inning, they scored 4 runs, and that was the difference.
The big 4. And also, Jason got stronger as the innings went by. He stuck more with the heater than his curveball, and that worked for him. And the big power hitters, John Aubin, got a 3-run homer, 2-run homer. So all in all, they came up with a victory.
Jason Richard also had a pair of home runs, a 3-run homer, and a solo shot in the 2nd inning. He finished with 15 strikeouts, 6 walks, and 6 hits as Somersworth improves to 11-1 in the season, and Sanborn drops to 2-7. For the whole Technica crew and Jim Fabiano, I'm Kevin Conley saying so long.
Somersworth Homemade. Show you care.
My name is Jeannie Jones, and I would like to say this project is very much worthwhile. I myself at one time was homeless and understand the full situation. So really, give the support and show you care.
From time to time I wondered what would happen to us if we would put our heads together for just one cause. I will never be.
This program is a production of YCN, Community Television for...
Martin Landau talks about those roles, and he discusses the other part of his career, working with the Actors Studio, teaching actors like Jack Nicholson. Also today, poet Frank Bedart tells us how he uses other people's lives as a way to better understand himself. Classical music critic Lloyd Schwartz reviews 2 new recordings by British conductor Roger Norrington. And film critic Owen Gleiberman reviews Bird on a Wire, starring Mel Gibson and Goldie Hawn. That's all coming up on Fresh Air. First, the news.
From National Public Radio News in Washington, I'm Sharon Green. There's been an unexpected breakthrough in the ball